Making a toast. The story of how one ordinary grilled sandwich explains a whole enterprise system in a single bite. Picture a warm neighborhood kitchen in the morning. Someone calls in from the door. "Sally, make me a toast." The most ordinary request in the world. 2 slices of bread, a little cheese, a little sausage, and a toast press. That is all, is not it? But wait, hidden behind that simple request is a whole factory. There is a demand, there is a recipe, there are materials. Some of them you make yourself, some you buy from outside. You keep stock, you plan, you check the quality, you even work out the cost. And that is exactly what we are going to do in this episode. We will take one single toast and open it up, step by step, and we will see that making a toast is in fact exactly the same as running a small SAP factory. Here is the whole flow on one board, from demand all the way to shipping. So let us begin where it all begins, with the order. Every production begins not with a machine, but with a wish. Until a demand arrives, no gear turns. Everything opens with a demand. Look at the first stage of the flow. In our example, Recep comes in and orders a toast from Sally at the shop. That wish is the first spark of production. In the SAP world, it has a name. It is called a sales order, and it lives in SD, the sales and distribution module. The intention in Recep's head has now become a solid record the system can see. Who wanted it, what they wanted, and when they wanted it. Do not underestimate this. Because everything that happens from here on, the planning, the procurement, the production, all of it flows from this one demand. Without demand, the factory just stands idle. When demand arrives, the gears begin to turn. So we have an order in hand. What comes next? The recipe. Think about a toast recipe. It really comes in 2 separate parts. On one side there are the ingredients. 2 slices of bread, 2 slices of cheese, 10 slices of sausage. On the other side there is how it is made. Open the toast press, lay down a slice of bread, arrange the sausage on top, then the cheese, then the other slice of bread, close the lid, and take it out when the cheese has melted. SAP gives each of these 2 parts a name. It calls the ingredient list the bill of materials. That is, how much of each component goes into the product. And it calls how it is made the routing. That is, which operation happens at which work center, in what order, and which component is consumed at that step. When you bring these 2 together into a single build recipe, what you get is the production version. So change the components and the bill of materials changes. Change the method and the routing changes. And when either one changes, the production version changes. Now look more closely at the materials, because they are not all of the same kind. SAP sorts them into 3 groups. The first is the finished good, what you sell. For us, the toast itself. The second is the semi-finished good, neither fully raw nor fully finished. For us, the bread slices and the sausage slices, because they too come into being in our own kitchen by cutting something. And the third is the raw material, the starting material you buy from outside just as it is. For us, the whole loaf, the sausage stick, and the sliced cheese. Why does this matter? Because which kind of material decides whether you will make it or buy it. The finished good and the semi-finished goods we produce ourselves. The raw materials we procure from outside. Before you make anything, there are 2 questions to ask. What is needed, and what do we already have? The gap between them is the heart of all planning. We have an order and a recipe in hand. Now it is time to plan. The second stage of the flow. Planning is really just one comparison. On one side, the bill of materials says, for one toast we need 2 slices of bread, 2 slices of cheese, and 10 slices of sausage. On the other side, you look at your stock and you find 0 slices of bread, 1 slice of cheese, and 4 slices of sausage on hand. Take the difference, and what you really need appears. That gap is your true requirement, and SAP does this sum for you. It is called material requirements planning. That quiet brain that compares what you have with what you need, and tells you exactly what to produce or to buy. Read the table row by row. The bill of materials says what is needed, the stock says what is on hand, and the last column gives the difference, the requirement. 2 slices of bread, 1 slice of cheese, 6 slices of sausage. The whole knack of planning is getting that last column right. Once you know your requirement, a second decision follows. Do you meet every requirement the same way? No. Make or buy. SAP calls this the procurement type, and you choose one for every material. The toast itself we make. The bread slices and the sausage slices we also make, because cutting is our job. But the whole loaf is made by the bakery, the sausage stick by the butcher, and the sliced cheese is prepared by the wholesaler. Those we procure from outside. Watch this column. The top 2 rows say production. The bottom 3 say external procurement. 2 worlds together inside one product. Now let us take the buy road first. For the materials we will buy, we give the system a promise. From whom, how much, and on what terms. This is the job of materials management. External procurement is, at heart, making a promise. The third stage of the flow. To whom, how much, and on what terms. In SAP, that promise is called a purchase order, and it lives in the materials management module. Our Tost has 3 separate suppliers, so there will be 3 separate purchase orders. From the bakery, we ask for 1 whole loaf, 500 grams. From the wholesaler, we ask for 1 pack, that is 20 slices of cheese. And from the butcher, we ask for 1 sausage stick, also 500 grams. Each supplier gets its own order. Because each is a different party, supplying a different good, on different terms. The system now knows exactly what it is expecting and from whom. 3 materials, 3 vendors, 3 orders. Bread from the bakery, cheese from the wholesaler, sausage from the butcher. Each row is a separate promise. So what happens when these promises are kept? The goods reach the door. After you place the order, the delivery follows. The whole loaf comes from the bakery, the sausage stick from the butcher, the sliced cheese from the wholesaler. When the goods reach the door, the system takes one more record. It is called a goods receipt. And the moment the goods receipt is booked, the stock updates by itself. The whole loaf that was 0 a moment ago is now 1 piece, 500 grams. The cheese slices become 21. To the 1 slice on hand, the 20 that arrived are added. And the sausage stick becomes 1 piece, 500 grams. Notice nobody is fixing numbers by hand. You record that the goods arrived, and the stock rises on its own. 1 record, 2 jobs, you booked the delivery, and you updated the stock. The raw materials have arrived. First you turn them into semi-finished goods with your own hands, then you assemble the toast itself. Now production begins, the 4th stage of the flow. But it is not the toast yet. First we make the semi-finished goods. We have a whole loaf. From it we will produce bread slices. For this we open a production order, and PP, the production planning module, comes into play. When we confirm this order, 2 things happen at once. On one side, 50 grams of the whole loaf are consumed, taken out of raw stock. On the other side, 2 bread slices enter stock, a goods receipt is booked. We do the same for the sausage. With 1 production order, 30 grams of the sausage stick are consumed, and in return 6 sausage slices enter stock. A single transaction is both reducing one thing and increasing another. Raw material goes down, semi-finished goods go up, and stock quietly tracks every step. Read each row like a balance. On the left, what is consumed. On the right, what is produced. 50 grams of whole loaf go out, 2 bread slices come in. 30 grams of sausage stick go out, 6 sausage slices come in. A production order is exactly that two-way movement. Now all the parts are in hand, and the last step is assembly. Making the toast itself the finished good. For this we open one more production order. Think of the toast press as a production line. Again, there is a two-way movement. The components are consumed. 2 slices of bread, 2 slices of cheese, and 10 slices of sausage come out of stock. And in return, 1 toast enters stock. 1 row, but it tells the whole assembly. 3 things go down, 1 thing goes up. That transformation is the essence of production. Think of the toast press as a production line. You lay down a slice of bread, arrange the sausage on top, then the cheese, then the other slice of bread, and close the lid. In that very moment, out of scattered components, a single whole is born. The semi-finished goods and raw materials vanish. In their place appears a finished good, a toast ready to sell. But pause and ask, how does the system know all of this? The answer is the master data, the factory's lasting memory. The information you do not rewrite with every order, that you define once and use again and again. On the side sit the materials and the vendors. On the SD side sits the customer recep. And on the PP side sits the production know-how. The work centers, the bill of materials, the routing, and the production version. Knows what and from whom, SD knows who you sold to, and PP knows how it is made. You define it once, and the system remembers it forever. A factory does not only produce. It makes sure what it produces is good, and it knows what it costs. Two quiet guardians, quality and cost. Look back at the whole board, and notice the two bars running underneath every stage. The first is quality. Just accepting the goods and getting to work is not enough. First you check that they are good. This is the job of QM, the quality management module. When a material arrives, it is not opened for use right away. First it goes into quality stock, held aside. Then a sample is taken, measured, and inspected. If the result is fine, a usage decision is made, and the goods move out of quality stock into unrestricted stock. Now they can be used with an easy mind. If not, they are returned or set apart. So quality is that careful filter, standing between the goods coming in the door and the goods going into production. And beneath everything runs one more quiet module. Finance and cost, that is, FI and CO. Here is the lovely part. Every single stock movement we have just described also creates an accounting entry behind the scenes. When you book a goods receipt, stock does not just go up. At the same instant, an accounting document and a cost record come into being. As the bread enters stock, the value of that bread is written into the ledger. And the cost of the toast emerges by being summed piece by piece. The price of the material, the labor, the machine time, all stacked on top of one another. That way you know what a toast really costs you. FI and CO never step into the spotlight, but they are there at every step, turning every movement into a number. And now we reach the last stage of the flow, the one that closes the loop. The toast is ready. It is time to deliver it to recep, who place the order at the very beginning. This is once again the job of the SD module. A delivery is created and the toast leaves stock. The finished goods stock drops by one. Then an invoice is issued and the sale is complete. Notice, the order that opened as a demand at the very start now closes with a delivery and an invoice. The circle is complete. A wish came in, a plan was made, materials were procured, production happened, quality was checked, cost was worked out, and the product reached the customer. That ordinary sentence at the start, "Make me a toast," has turned into this whole great flow. There is the whole story in a single table. Demand enters through SD and triggers PP. Planning in PP compares stock with requirement. Procurement in buys from outside. Production, again in PP, slices and assembles. Sales in SD delivers. And beneath all of this, at every goods receipt, at every production step, quality inspects with QM and cost is counted with FI and CO. 5 stages, 5 core modules, 2 quiet guardians. Now step back and look at the whole picture. That little request at the start, "Make me a toast," walked us from beginning to end through a production chain. Demand came in and became a sales order. The recipe became a bill of materials and a routing, that is, a production version. We sorted the materials by type. Some we made, some we bought. We planned, we procured, we booked goods receipts. We turned raw material into semi-finished goods, and semi-finished goods into a finished good. We checked its quality, worked out its cost, and in the end delivered it to the customer. And here is the crucial point. A single toast is in truth a small SAP factory. And once you have understood this toast, the huge enterprise systems you meet later are not nearly so frightening. Because at the core of all of them lies the same simple flow. If this explainer helped, subscribe and join us for the next one. This has been Code Zen.